All right, guys. So today we have a big story out of the LEC to talk about. This is some pro player drama regarding Rogue. Here's a screenshot that was kind of going around the League of Legends world, where you can see here a solo queue game where this person, OKRIPXBCLP, whatever, says, "Take your life, please," and then mutes themselves and won't be able to type any messages in chat. Now, unfortunately, that is a pro player in the LEC. It is Execute from Rogue, and that led to eventually us having this from Rogue Official on Twitter, official update ahead of our final LEC regular split match next week. I believe their next games are on Monday of this coming, week or weekend or whatever. As a result of Execute's one match suspension by Riot Games again. So this screenshot was from a solo queue game from Rogue player Execute. He is going to be suspended for one match by Riot Games due to unsportsmanlike behavior. Coach Trick will step in as a substitute player for our upcoming games. We will take all steps to comply with Riot and the community's expectations with regards to sportsmanlike behavior. We appreciate your support for the team in the last week of the regular season. So obviously this is very crazy. This is I don't know, not something necessarily good or whatever, but we did have a response from Execute on Twitter as well, where he says, we'll get to his response first before we talk about what's actually going on with Rogue. He says, "I want to sincerely apologize to my teammates, Rogue, Riot, and all the fans who support me. Recently, during a solo queue game, I typed 'take yourself' in chat out of frustration. In Korean, a similar phrase is used to mean focus on your own life, implying that someone should mind their own business. However, I misunderstood the English meaning of the phrase and now realize that it can be interpreted in a very serious and harmful way, something I absolutely did not intend. Regardless of my intention, what I caused concern, hurt people, and brought negative attention to Rogue and my teammates, which I deeply regret. As a professional player, I should have been more aware of the impact of my words. I'm truly sorry for disappointing those who have supported me, and I'm committed to doing better moving forward, not just in the game, but as a person and teammate. I accept the decision of being suspended for one game and will use the time to reflect and grow from this experience. Thank you for taking the time to read." Now, on one hand, is this like a genuine apology? Was this just a legitimate confusion? I don't know. Obviously, I don't know enough about the Korean culture, Korean language, or whatever. Hopefully, we can get somebody in the comment section to actually, say, hey, is this a legitimate excuse? Is this some BS? Whatever. I don't know. Obviously, it sounds like, as an English speaker, I'm sure a lot of people are not going to believe him. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, this is total BS that you made up or whatever. You're just trying to get out of this sticky situation. Obviously, the situation is not great. Definitely not something we want to see people talking to people, but it has turned into, also on the other hand, a pretty interesting copy pasta. You had people like Azale saying the new KYS equals keep yourself safe just dropped, which is pretty funny because, people have always made a million reasons for, oh, I meant this or I meant that. I've heard people be like, oh, I said KYS and I meant he needs to die because he's got zillion ult on him or whatever. Like, this has always been a thing. We had I Will Dominate chiming in on this as well. He said, if I ever type "take your life" in solo queue, I'm using this as defense, which is very, very crazy. So again, I don't know if this is, legit excuse, whatever. Either way, obviously something that needs to be punished. You can't necessarily go for a case-by-case basis on stuff like this that looks so bad and is such, optically bad thing. A lot of people are even saying that this is a light punishment when, he should be maybe getting suspended more. This is really something you can't tolerate or put up with or whatever. I don't know. That's for you guys to decide. But also on the other hand of things, again, we do have Trick subbing in, which is a major throwback. Some big, I'm sure, nostalgia for a lot of people out there. Obviously, Trick, who is now, I believe, like an assistant coach or something along those lines for Rogue, has not played competitive in a couple of years, obviously most famously for G2 back in the day. I don't even know the last time he played for G2, like 2021 or something like that, but he was a part of some very, very crazy, very historic, very fun G2 teams, but obviously, even during his competitive time, not necessarily a support player. Not that things can get much worse for Rogue. They're an organization that hasn't really seemed too interested in competitive League of Legends in 2025. They've had one foot out the door trying to leave the league in this past offseason, kind of be stuck being stuck in the league without even their own desires to one of the worst teams in the league in both the first split and now the second split as well. So it's not like things can go much worse, but it will be interesting to see Trick back on the competitive stage. And this is why. So I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions of whether you think it was a legitimate excuse. Should he have been punished more? Whatever. I don't know, but pretty crazy story and drama coming out of the LEC world. But yes, Rogue will be without their starting support for their match again. I believe it's on Monday. Monday against Koi. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Of course, as always, everything we do here at Sheep Esports is powered by Holy Great Tasting Energy Drinks that also just so happen to be held during the competition. Make sure you guys go check out that first link in the description below and use those discount codes SE5 or SE10 to pick yourself up some Holy today and get a nice little discount and help support us at the same time. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Until then,